Okay, here's a current recap of the project because this is like week 2 of me trying to get an OS installed on this machine. It is a iMac G3, 500 hertz. Let's take a little tour right now. So we've got, right now I have plugged in a SATA drive with an adapter, a CD, and memory there. I've got it connected to a USB powered hub so I can actually use the CD because this CD is broken. I think that the drive motor for the laser is broken, but it might also just be the laser itself, and maybe that makes it so that the drive doesn't go back and forth. It goes in and out just fine. Like, I don't know, grab a random disc here. So it's like super peppy, but it just reads it for like a second and then spits it out. Anyway, my main problem right now is that I cannot get a disk to initialize. So I've got 2 disks. I've got one that is an IDE drive, the one that was in it, and was working when I got the computer 2 weeks ago and then kind of suddenly stopped working. And then I've got this one with an adapter. Both work on a different machine. There comes the CD. Both work on a different machine, like when I plug it in with a USB cable and an adapter to a modern MacBook or a modern Linux desktop. I can format them, I can read them, they work just fine. So I formatted them both with a MacBook to the Apple file system, and then just like put them back in here. And you can see that the computer knows that it has a disk in it. It's pinned to master, and right now the CD is connected and pinned to slave. So it knows that there's a CD in there, but when I go to initialize it, or a disk in there, but when it goes to initialize it, it doesn't work. I'm doing this all upside down because it's, hooked up upside down. So I'll try and show you what I mean. Bear with me because my mouse is upside down and now so my phone is. So this is the disk. I'm going to initialize. Doesn't matter what I do for custom setup, it has the same result. Initialization failed. It really faked me out there for a second. I thought that recording it was going to make it work. No, so it goes initialization failed. And that's where I'm stuck. Because like I can't do anything unless the disk initializes. And if I go to disk first aid, I can look at the disk. It says name unknown on it, but when I go to verify it, it says it's not an HFS disk. And when I try to repair it, it won't do that. I also tried the same thing with Disk Warrior. Didn't work either. In fact, it didn't even show up. So what else have I tried? I've tried booting OS X like 10.1, 10.2, 10.3 off of a USB. None of those worked. I tried a disk first aid on an OS X disk. That also didn't work. Additional note, I guess, if I have the CD plugged in, OS X 9 libs 9.2 won't boot unless I disable extensions. But if I have the CD drive unplugged, it'll boot all the way into OS X OS 9 libs without disabling extensions. I don't know if that matters. I just have the 1 stick of RAM. I've taken the CD apart multiple times and toggled the switch between master and slave. It seems to work better right now on slave with the hard drive on master, but I've also read that you need to have them both set to master, so I don't know. Yeah, I can't get this disk to initialize, and I'm feeling very frustrated about it. So if anyone has any ideas, please let me know, because it would be so cool to be able to keep this machine working.